Choia was a very ancient marine animal that lived approximately 520–505 million years ago during the middle of the Cambrian Period. It is considered an extinct organism belonging to the phylum Porifera, sponges, and represents one of the earliest lineages of multicellular animals on Earth. Choia was not related to dinosaurs, fish, or later complex animals. Instead, it belonged to a very primitive but extremely important branch of early animal life. Before Choia appeared, Earth's oceans were dominated mainly by single-celled organisms, bacteria, archaea, and very simple colonial life forms. Choia emerged after these organisms and is regarded as one of the first animals with a more complex body structure. Its ancestors were most likely colonial protists or very simple, skeleton-less sponge-like organisms. Choia itself already possessed skeletal elements, which marked a significant evolutionary step. In appearance, Choia was highly distinctive. Its body was round or disc-shaped, and from the central body extended long, thin, needle-like structures called spicules, giving it a star or sun-like appearance. The overall diameter of the body typically ranged from 3 to 10 centimeters, though some specimens may have been larger. The spicules were composed of silica, which helped Choia remain stable on the seafloor, prevented it from sinking into soft sediment, and offered protection from predators. Choia was a sessile organism, meaning it did not move actively. It lived attached to the seafloor or resting on soft marine sediments. It did not hunt or swim. Instead, it fed by filter-feeding, drawing seawater into its body, extracting bacteria, microscopic algae, phytoplankton, organic particles, and other tiny food sources, and then expelling the filtered water. This feeding strategy is essentially the same as that used by modern sponges. The exact lifespan of Choia is unknown, as it is extremely difficult to determine the lifespan of individual organisms from such ancient fossils. However, based on comparisons with modern sponges, scientists believe Choia may have lived several years or possibly even decades, since many sponges grow slowly and can be long-lived. The first scientifically described fossils of Choia were discovered in the famous Burgess Shale deposits in British Columbia, Canada. These fossils were studied and formally described in 1919 by the American paleontologist Charles Doolittle Walcott, a renowned scientist who played a major role in the discovery and study of Cambrian fauna. Later, additional Choia fossils were found in the Changqing fossil deposits in Yunnan Province, China, indicating that Choia had a wide geographic distribution in ancient oceans. Today, Choia fossils are preserved in several major museums around the world. Important specimens are housed in the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C., the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto, and various Chinese paleontological research institutions. These museums display both original fossils and reconstructed models of Choia. Choia disappeared toward the end of the Cambrian Period, around 505 million years ago. There is no single confirmed reason for its extinction, but scientists suggest several contributing factors, including changes in marine environments, fluctuations in oxygen levels, the emergence of more active and competitive animals, and increasing ecological competition. Choia did not directly evolve into modern sponges, but it is considered a close evolutionary relative of later sponge lineages. In other words, Choia itself became extinct, while other related sponge groups survived and eventually gave rise to the sponges that exist today. An interesting historical note is that when Choia was first discovered, some scientists mistakenly interpreted it as a jellyfish or a starfish-like animal because of its radial appearance. Only later, through detailed microscopic studies of its spicules and internal structure, was it conclusively identified as a true sponge. Today, Choia is regarded as one of the most important fossils for understanding the diversity of life and the rapid evolutionary developments that occurred during the Cambrian period.